Today, we compare the latest G.I. Joe Classified Series retro card figures with their original counterparts. Snow Serpent, Beachhead, Sergeant Stalker, and Cobra Eel. We'll take a look at all of them. I am the Ruckus, and this is G.I. Reviews. Hello, welcome to G.I. Reviews. I am the Ruckus, and as stated in the opener, we're going to take a look at these 4 retro card figures from G.I. Joe Classified series. You see what we got here. We've got Snow Serpent, Beachhead, Sergeant Stalker, and the Cobra Eel. We've seen them before. We've had official numbered offerings before. And Hasbro has seen fit to re-release these figures in the retro card form, throwback to the old Kenner style 3 3/4 inch figures. And they would have cards like this. Of course, they'd be smaller, but they'd have, similar style artwork. If they're down with Cobra, you'd see Cobra Enemy, like you could see there on the outskirts there, with our Snow Serpent on our left and the Cobra Eel on our right. And we'd have associated artwork, as I stated. We will take a look at these figs, and one at a time. We're gonna go good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy, and we will see what differences, if any, that these figures have. First up is Beachhead, and you could see I've got alongside him his number 10 counterpart. That's how we'll differentiate during the course of this review. I'll refer to the retro carded figure as the retro, and the original figure I will refer to them by their number designation. Beachhead is number 10 in the line, so that's what we will go by. And looking at these two, I could tell you straight up that Beachhead is not, this is not the retro version I'm talking about, is not a straight up repaint. Not at all. There are very noticeable differences, not just paint deco, but there are differences in the figure itself. You probably can't see it clearly while the retro is in the clamshell, but we will get him out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There are also differences in regards to the weaponry. Some differences. There are a couple similarities, but we'll go through that momentarily. So we have retro out of packaging and all loaded up, so we can let the comparison begin. I may as well get started with this. Everything retro. If it's G.I. Joe based, it's going to come with this stand and have the G.I. Joe symbol on it. And of course, the Cobra bases, I'm sure they have a Cobra logo. We'll find out when we get to our next one after this. Anyhow, you can quite easily see that these guys are, they're basically different figures. Same character, different figures. There's, you can see certain differences already. Retro doesn't come with the beret cap. Doesn't come with the beret cap. He has a different vest. And of course, then we're talking paint apps for the trousers. The trousers are cami, and you see it's like a kind of sandy brown with green. And they both have ankle knife sheaths and knives. Number 10 has his on his left, retro on the right, plus retro has another knife sheath right there on his upper right thigh. His sidearm, his side weapon is over there on his left side. And in an attempt to try to be more informative when it comes to the weapons, I'm very transparent. I let you guys know I'm not up on weapons, and you can feel free to let me know in the comments below what the model numbers for these weapons are. I believe I figured out that weapon that Retro has. It's a Baby Eagle 40 cal Magnum, from what I gather. If I'm wrong, let me know. It sounded good coming out, I'll tell you that. So at least you guys know I'm trying. Retro comes with a pair of grenades. They're not fragmentation grenades. Fragmentation grenades are round. That I know from my Marine Corps days, and I've thrown a few of those in my time. These are either incendiary or flash. So you know that right there. Retro comes with a shoulder, like a pack that he can sling over his shoulder. They have different weapons, primary weapons. Retro's blazing a machine gun, submachine gun with a suppressor, which is removable, and the magazine is removable as well. Number 10 has a weapon that there's no way I can tell you what that is. I can't tell you the model number of the submachine gun either. I tried to look that up, but I got no joy. And as far as number 10's weapon is concerned, I cannot tell you what that is at all. One thing I will say, Hasbro has this love of molding Beachhead's weapons green, that's for sure. I don't know where that's coming from, but that's exactly what's going on. They do share. The things that they both share are the crossbow and the backpacks. They have the same backpacks. So those would be your comparisons as far as loadouts and general appearance is concerned. I could tell you, they have the standard articulation. Retro has some great neck articulation, and that helps with that really helps with the looking up once I get this thing loose enough. But he can definitely look up a lot better than most. So you have that. And that about sums it up for the comparisons between Retro and number 10. Next up, we have Snow Serpent, and you see standing next to him is number 93, the Deluxe Snow Serpent. And you can already see differences in the paint decos. In this case, the figures are the same. Paint decos are different, and we will investigate any differences in the accessories. Okay, so we have Retro out of packaging and loaded up. Keep in mind that number 93 is a deluxe figure. So off rip, he's going to outclass Retro in the accessory department. I mean, you can see already just the extra gear, the wolf's head, and the cape, wolf skin cape. So that right there tells you that it's going to totally eclipse Retro when it comes to accessories just on that alone. They are the same exact figure. The web gear is different. On the Deluxe 93, you've got some paint deco on the right arm there, which Retro doesn't have. They both have the Cobra logos on their left biceps. The web gear, their respective web gear is different. Deluxe has a very, very deep kind of purplish blue. Is the coloration for his web gear, whereas Retro has got like a more a more relaxed kind of blue, and he also has extra paint apps on the buckles, silver, Deluxe gets none. So meaning Hasbro spent all the budget on the accessories, so you don't get those extra paint apps. You have the things that are similar are the visors. The Retro is wearing his visors. I did not put the visor on Deluxe, but he does have a set of visors too. They differ in the lenses are different colors. It's a blue there, and it's a blue for this, but they're kind of it's a darker blue, and they also share the snow boots. So that's where the similarities end. Well, no, not necessarily. They also are rocking double sidearms. And I tried to do research on them, and I believe their sidearms are Berettas. So, yeah, I believe they're Berettas, they're APX A1s. That's the closest I was able to find out about their sidearms. All of the primary weapons, I got no joy. So, I just can't call it. I wish I could. I want to be as informative as possible. You see that the boots are different color too, but once again, like I said, they're the same figure. Turning to the rear, so you can see that they share. They don't share backpacks. I was about to mess that up. The Retro has this style of backpack, whereas our Deluxe, the Deluxe's backpack is basically it is a storage facility for the rocket launcher that he has down below. So the Retro does not come with a rocket launcher, and the backpack is really making Deluxe back heavy, so he wants to fall over. That's why I have his legs spread out more. You see he comes with four missiles and the launcher right there, which can clip. He is definitely equipped to the nines, for real. Let me point them back to the front there. So yeah, they're pretty good. I also would have to, I think they're the paint scheme is they're both off-white, but the Retro's white is a little dirtier, if that makes any sense. So yeah, you see that they're sporting different weapons. They have ports so you could put blast effects in, but they're sporting different weapons. Retro's weapon is pretty rad. He has it comes with a bipod on it, which is articulated. See if I can move that out without knocking the boy over. But yeah, it's articulated, and removable magazines on both. So that's pretty cool. The Deluxe comes with a knife. Strangely enough, and I remember when I reviewed it, that what had me dismayed was he has no place to store it. And that's what's crazy. You see how loaded down he is, and he doesn't have a sheath for his knife. That's just crazy. You see what type of weapon he's brandishing there, as well as his knife. He also comes with another weapon here that, for all intents and purposes, I'm old school Marine, so I'm going to just refer to this as this is like an M16. It also has a removable magazine. And finally, the Deluxe comes with a snowboard. The Retro does not. The Retro does come with his stand. And like I said, the Cobra stands will have the Cobra emblem on it. Next up is Sergeant Stalker. And this is essentially the same figure again. This go round. So far, Beachhead is the only figure in this comparison range that has different body parts than the original. But this guy right here is essentially the same figure, just different paint apps, and you can already see the differences in the loadouts. So we've got retro out of packaging and loaded up, and side by side with number 46, the original. And yeah, same exact figures. They're the same exact figures. And in fact, for the most part, everything that retro has, number 46 has, and more. So, you know, let's get the color differences out of the way. You see what retro was busting with the camo, like an olive base for the body, and a brighter or darker, not brighter, but darker, but more vibrant at the same time, green striping. You have that. They both have, and it extends to his cover. The chevron on the cover has more detailed paint than number 46. They all share the same weapons. I could not, once again, you know, for the life of me, I'm trying, guys. Help me in the comments below if you know, you weapons experts, get at me. But none of the primary weapons, the ones you see him sporting right there in his right hand, and that means both of them when I say his, as well as the weapon that's in the rear, holstered in the rear. I couldn't figure out what they were. The sidearm is from my best determination. It's a SIG. So I think I got that correct. If I'm wrong, once again, you know, I got zero problem with correction, especially with these weapons, because I do want to be able to get more versed and be able to pass it on to, you know, other interested parties of the G.I. Joe line that may want to know what weapons their characters are utilizing. They both share the same knives. The only difference is number 46 has the poncho, and that's about it. Other than that, you know, he has the poncho, whereas retro has the stand. So I guess it evens out. Finally, bringing up the rear, we have the Cobra Eel side by side with his counterpart, number 81. And once again, same exact figures. And it's looking like, and I can tell, yes, indeed, the same exact accessories. So this is just basically just a reissue, quite frankly. With we'll get into paint apps, if any, once we get retro opened up. Now that we've got retro out of packaging and loaded down and standing next to number 81, I can honestly say that this is a case of last definitely means least. There is, with the figure itself, absolutely nothing that I can see that, now, I mean, we don't even get different paint apps going on here. Even the emblem, the Cobra logo, is essentially the same. I'm trying to see if the reds on either one is more vibrant, deeper, or whatever than the other, and I can't really tell. The retro, it might be a little bit darker. It's difficult to say. I think, if anything, yeah, it might be a little bit darker, but it doesn't really translate well in the viewfinder, just with my my naked eyes. And the emblem on number 81 might be, the reds there may be a little bit more vibrant, richer than on the other one. The other thing to take a note, and it has nothing to do with the figure itself. It has everything to do with their accessories. And in this case, we're talking about the spear gun, the tip. You see the paint app versus the paint app on number 81 is definitely cleaner. It's more metallic looking and more of a platinum, more of a platinum color. This is it's a platinum color too, but it's not as deep as this one. This one is almost silver in appearance. And then you have the, whatever this attachment, this accoutrement at the top of the helmet. The paint app is better than what you got going on here. It definitely stands out more. The only other different paint that we seem to be getting, turn to the side there, and you see the difference in the straps for the spear gun. And that's about it. The rear, what difference do we have here in the rear? We have, there we go. There's another difference. Retro has the Cobra emblem, and number 81 has a logo of an eel. That's an illustration of an eel on the backpack there, on the breather is what I should say. Turn that back around. So there you have it. Those are the differences, and those are just basically decals. You know what I'm saying? That's not paint apps. So that is that's what we get with the Cobra Eel. Of course, once again, the only thing extra is the stand that comes with the Retro Eel. And there you have it, our comparisons. Retro card series against the original classified series. Seeing what the differences are, and what's amazing is we started off with Beachhead, and comparing those two, it had differences in the actual figure, not to mention the paint apps and different weapons. And then we just roll all the way down to Eel, the last one, and they had nothing different other than some paint apps on straps for spear guns. And that's about it. The Snow Serpents were the same exact buck. They had different weapons. And of course, because the original Snow Serpent was a deluxe, it came jam-packed with accessories. So, you know, the retro-carded version gets a pass. They had different color web gear and harnesses and what have you, as well as different weapons. And enough to distinguish. I think that with the Snow Serpents, if you're using the retro, you could, if you have one original, you could use that as like the leader, or if you have a few, because I Army built the original as well as these retros, it could be they're a different class of Snow Serpent or something like that, you know, a promotion, and you get your wolf's head and whatever, you know, use your imagination. And then you got Sergeant Stalker, who is essentially the same. And the crazy thing is they have all of the same weapons as well. Just the paint apps are different, and the original has the poncho. So you got that going on. So it's wild. You start from the beginning and you work your way down, and the changes, the differences increasingly became apparent. And then, like I said, you get all the way down to the eel, the Cobra Eel, and you get nothing. You know what I'm saying? You get a strap on the spear gun, different colors, and that's about the size of it. And that'll be about the size of this review. Which ones do you prefer? The retros, mix and match. Are there some retros you prefer over the originals, and vice versa? If you have both, you think you want to mix and match. If you like the weapons from one set over the other, sky's the limit, of course. But you know, we're in this. That's the beauty of being a collector. We get to use our imaginations any kind of way we see fit. And I hope you guys see fit to leave a comment below on what you think about this comparison video. And while you're down there, leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified the next time I upload another video. And we'll do this all again. The next video I do will be a full-fledged review. I don't know what yet, but you know it's coming. Anyway, it's coming, but I'm going. You guys take care. I'm out. Peace.